watching the Sports Political Channel of LB. My bad. Apologize for that. So let's get down to business. So, as you may be all aware, that Steve Nash has been let go by the Brooklyn Nets after a 2-5 start. They came off a win last night against the Indiana Pacers, and they are on a back-to-back 3 games of 4 nights as they will take on the Chicago Bulls. Now, Jacques Vaughn, who was the interim coach after they fired Kenny Atkinson a couple years ago when they were in the bubble. He's going to serve as interim coach tonight. And further reports have came out that within the next 24 to 48 hours that they are finalizing a deal to bring in Ime Udoka as the new head coach of the Brooklyn Nets. Now, one thing to note, 2 seasons ago, because Ime Udoka coached the Boston Celtics last year, Ime Udoka was the lead assistant to Steve Nash in Brooklyn. And Ime Udoka was offered a coaching job by the Boston Celtics after Brad Stevens, through all his mediocrity, ended up getting a promotion as Danny Ainge left to become the president of basketball operation Utah Jazz. And Ime Udoka, in his first and only season as the Boston Celtics head coach, took that team to the NBA Finals. They ended up losing 6 to the Golden State Warriors. So things were looking bright until a bombshell report came out saying that Ime Udoka was being suspended for a violation of team rules. Now, as it turns out later on, he was having relations with somebody on the staff of the Boston Celtics, and as a result, they suspended him for the whole season. And he was given the option to look elsewhere. My man Too Raw for TV, I was telling him behind the scenes a couple months back. We were talking about this, and I told him that if Boston were to let go Ime Udoka, Brooklyn was going to come calling. I called that out, and and with Steve Nash, um, it was just a matter of when and not if. And the fact of the matter was, Steve Nash was in over his head. When you have dominating personalities like Kyrie Irving, and then to a lesser extent Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is more of a passive aggressive type guy, and Kyrie Irving's more of an alpha aggressive type guy. And when you have personalities like that in the locker room, and Steve Nash, his inability to control, not control, but his inability to get the best out of his players, you could tell the team doesn't want to play for him. The star players wanted him gone after the end of last season, after they were swept out of the first round by the Boston Celtics. And you have what you have. What's up, Alex Henry, Gideon, Carla Jenkins, K. Manuel, Josh Johnson? Salute to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for being up in here. Make sure you hit the like button and share these videos if you don't mind. Now, the team was in the bottom half in offensive efficiency, and they were dead last defensively in the defensive efficiency. So, given Ime Udoka's short track record leading a team to the NBA Finals in his first season as the head coach. You know that if Boston got rid of him, he was going to be a hot commodity. And the Brooklyn Nets saw the writing on the wall and got rid of Steve Nash while the timing was good. And they really jumped on this whole Ime Udoka situation before anybody else did. So good on Brooklyn Nets for being proactive and getting Steve Nash up out of there. Because Steve Nash look, that man was not a good coach. I felt that he was way in over his head. I mean, when they first hired him, this guy didn't coach on any level. And you had people coming up telling me, well, he was at Golden State, but he was not a coach at Golden State. He was a consultant. There's a difference. There's a difference between being a coach and a consultant. What's up, Maximus Roti? Salute to you, bro. So I'm pretty sure Malika Andrews and her, devilish, wickedish ways would be all mad that Ime Udoka got that job. But you know what? Fuck Malika Andrews. That's what I got to say. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got to say. Ime Udoka deserves a head coaching. He didn't do it. It might have been unethical what he did, but he didn't do anything illegal. It might violate all kinds of ethics, but he didn't kill anybody, and he didn't assault anybody. So as far as I'm concerned, Malika Andrews can kick fucking rocks. She can go violate company policy with Dave McMenamin. You know what I'm saying? Because she want to lay up with that motherfucker. So fuck that hoe. GG Chillin 702, Divine Unity. Salute to you. So shit, give you a wrench. Shit. You give me some money and then I'll give you a wrench. You know what I'm saying? I only give wrenches to people who donate to the channel. You know what I'm saying? You think you can get a wrench for free 99? This ain't the place for you. So anyway, um, so this is where we at, and so congratulations to Ime Udoka. Even though people might be all high and mighty about that situation, I don't see nothing wrong with Ime Udoka getting that job. You know what I'm saying? I don't see nothing wrong with Ime Udoka getting that job at the Brooklyn Nets head coach, man. So he was the lead assistant couple years ago. He was the lead assistant, and now he gets his second head coaching gig, and his job is to turn around this team. Um, when you got a situation where KD and Kyrie is scoring 38 and 36 points apiece, and they're still losing, one, that's not sustainable. Two, these guys could get hurt at any moment. KD and Kyrie had a history of injuries, right? Kyrie had the shoulder impingement a couple years ago. KD had the torn Achilles. So you can't be having these guys out there scoring all these 30 and 40-point games and then they're still losing, right? I mean, Steve Nash coming out saying what he said the other night regarding the defensive effort, the lackluster performances that they've been having, that's an indictment on him. That's an indictment on him. It's his fault that he got the roster he has and not able to maximize that roster he has. And another person that needs to go is Sean Marks. Because in my opinion, I feel like Sean Marks fired Steve Nash to save his own skin because he's responsible for putting this roster together. I mean, Ben Simmons is a fucking atrocity. This man is a disaster on the basketball court. He's been a disaster, right? And then you had the whole situation with Kyrie not wanting to take the jab. Kyrie, people in the going on sabbaticals. Kyrie uh, allegedly put out something that's supposedly anti-Semitic, and I don't know what he said that was anti-Semitic, but whatever. He liked to tweet or tell black people. I don't know what he said that was anti-Semitic. So you had that going on, right? KD over the summer wanted Steve Nash and Sean Marks gone, and he threatened to be traded. Matter of fact, he wanted to be traded, but the organization stood pat. Organization stood pat. KD ended up rescinding his trade. Divine Unity sent me a Cash App donation, $20, saying for unity creates strength. Salute, fam. Salute to you too. So salute to Divine Unity for hitting me off on that Cash App with the donation. Appreciate you. General salute. You'll be getting your rent real soon. So I can't do it right now because I'm on StreamYard, but you'll be getting your rent soon. If you want to donate, there's the Cash App, there's the PayPal. You know what I'm saying? Show your boys some love. Now, I think what Ime Udoka is gonna do is the people who can play, especially on the defensive end, they're going to see the minutes. The people who cannot play, they're going to see the bench. They're going to see the bench. And that's why I stand on that. Ime Udoka is going to get this team right. Now it's going to take some time, right? Because he's going to have to know his personnel and what makes them, how can he maximize this team, right? Now they're going to have to make some other moves because them and the Charlotte Hornets are two teams that get destroyed by big men. They get destroyed by opposing big men. So, when I look at the Brooklyn Nets, I mean, we're 7 games into this young NBA season. This team has time to get it. This team has time to get it together, and I believe Ime Udoka is the right man for this job. I really do believe that. And Brooklyn, for all this, Brooklyn through all this calamities, they've finally done something right. They finally done something right. And I just got one question, Brooklyn. What the hell took y'all so long in firing this guy? You should have fired this guy 2 years ago. This guy was not qualified to be an NBA head coach. And I understand that you didn't want to retread, but at least the guy had to rose to some kind of ranks like Ime Udoka did before he got his gig. So I mean, congratulations to Ime Udoka on getting the job. Let's say the deal can be finalized in the next 24 to 48 hours. And Steve Nash, yeah, you need to hit the reset button, buddy. All right, Gideon, what you got?
Salute, LB. Well, Steve Nash just left the building. Steve Nash was a great player, but a horrible head coach. I mean, his adjustments were questionable. He didn't know his personnel. The defense was completely atrocious. Their offense down the stretch of games was atrocious too. And the fact with Steve Nash is that I don't think he lacked accountability, in my opinion. The thing with Steve Nash into why he's fired, the players did not listen to him. The players did not respect him as a coach, especially Katie and Kyrie. And another thing is Steve Nash would like too much of iso ball, hero ball, and that was just the issue for the Nets. I mean, look at this, LB. The Nets are 29th in defensive rating, efficiency, I should say, and 16th in offensive rating. With KD and Kyrie, Ben Simmons, etc., that is disrespectful, disgraceful, and flat out unacceptable. So Steve Nash wasn't the right coach for this team. They needed a new voice. LB,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. Yeah,
All right.
can you can you
So
hear
yeah,
me?
yeah, I can hear you, Gideon.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, when you factor all that in, players don't respect you. Kyrie just does whatever the hell he wants to do.
Hmm.
KD wanted you going in the summer. You had you had the atrocious play on the court. You had the drama off the court. You had
Right.
the owner calling out Kyrie and all that. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was very distasteful.
Right.
And this team is a freaking mess.
Facts. The Brooklyn Nets. When I call the Nets, the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets. Yeah.
I call them the Crooklyn Nets. But what's up, B Skrill? Salute to you. All right, because all
Right.
them dudes out there, Ben Simmons out there stealing money. You mean $35 million, and he's putting up triple singles, man. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's why Sean Mark should have followed Steve Nash out the door.
Right.
You traded away Andre Drummond. You had no Andre Drummond signed with the Bulls as a free agent. But
Yeah,
that's
they
who.
traded away Jared Allen, Karis LeVert, Rodions Kurus. Yeah.
They had a perfect team that could contend for the NBA championship until they traded for James Harden.
Right.
So at some point, you the coach and the GM, lead the people, right?
Hmm.
Just because they make a whole bunch of money, don't give these guys power to do whatever just because they're a big name. So what? There's only a
Right.
handful of players in this league that deserves that kind of cachet.
Hmm. I
But
agree.
I'm not gonna get into who deserves that kind of cachet. I don't want to get into that in this video. But good on the Brooklyn Nets for actually seeing the writing on the wall and actually doing something about it. And because this thing is starting to become a clown show.
Hmm.
What's up, B Skrills? So that's why I'm at on that, man. Um,
Yeah.
Steve,
And go.
no, go ahead, get it on.
And again, I'm not doing hypotheticals here. I'm not. But think about what I'm trying to say. The KD two on the line kind of changed everything. If his sneakers were just a few centimeters behind the line, there's a possibility the Nets could have won the championship. And maybe this type of situation wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? Maybe Steve Nash isn't fired. Maybe James Harden's still here. Maybe the Nets would have been as broken as they are now. You know what I'm trying to say, man?
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're trying to say on that, but we will never know.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
will
but I said
never
possibility.
know.
Yeah, I say possibility. I'm not saying they would have won. I'm saying it's a possibility. Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Think Tank? Yeah, man. Make sure to hit that like button too, and donate to the channel. You know what I'm saying? There's my Cash App, PayPal. You know what I'm saying? Donate to your boy. So yeah, man. RG Titan, what's good with y'all? Appreciate y'all for being up in here.
Salute.
So, so yeah, man. So I'm pretty sure Ime Udoka's gonna look at some tape after he get. I'm pretty sure he's looking at tape now before, for what he can look at.
Uh huh.
Um, I'm pretty sure he's gonna make some changes to the coaching staff.
Right.
Um, and it's gonna take this team a while to um get used to his style.
Right.
Um, but I think that over time, he's gonna right this ship. What's up, Divine Unity? Salute to you, bro. What you got?
Salute, LB. What's
Salute.
good,
Salute,
everybody?
divine.
What's good? What's good, yo?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. With this, man, let's see if Ime can change the offensive mindset of KD and Kyrie, man. Those guys, they just love to score the ball, and they good at it. You know what I'm saying? They great offensive players, man. But you can't just win a game in today's era with just scoring, man. You got to be able to play defense too on the other end. And KD
Agreed.
and Kyrie, they don't play defense, man. They don't play defense like how they supposed to be, man. Because if they do, I guarantee you, man, the Nets will be a whole different team. If Ime can change their mindset, man, he might win Coach of the Year. He might win Coach of the Year, fucking around, man. Because I mean, if he can change around that team organization, I don't know if it will happen, but hypothetically, if he can change those guys to get them to respect him, to buy in, I think Brooklyn might make some noise, man.
Very possible. You need in today's game, you need defense and offense. You need both. I agree.
Those guys, they just like they. Hey, those guys, you need a bucket. I'm calling those guys anytime. But at the same time, if you need defense, those guys are not gonna be there for you, and you can't really be considered a superstar like that if you're not playing on that other side of the ball. Like you need that other side of, you need that defense, man, especially
Right.
from your best players on your team, because that changed the whole character of the other players. If they
And
see your
also
best player hustling, they gonna go for it. Yeah.
right. And I want to throw it out there. Even their offense has been shitty. The Nets are 16th in offensive efficiency. That is bad. That is unacceptable. So their offense has died off too, you know?
When you're only two players, KD and Kyrie, and you got KD scoring 39, Kyrie scoring 37, and then the alleged third best player, putting up here only scoring 7 points and all that. That man is scared to shoot the ball, right?
Right. Right.
That man is scared to shoot the ball. I've never seen nobody so pussyfied as shooting a basketball.
Agreed.
Ben
Agreed.
Simmons is fucking horrible.
On offense, yeah. And their role players have been bad too. Rose O'Neal, 37% from the field. I mean, Joe Harris, streaky. I mean, he's been hurt, but still. Seth Curry just came back. Their role players have just been a joke this season too. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
man,
they
I
traded
agree,
for
man.
Royce O'Neal. Royce O'Neal was acquired from the Utah Jazz for a first-round pick. Danny Ainge out here making out like a fucking bandit.
Right. Right. And this team is turnover prone too sometimes. And the Nets,
Sometimes,
no, a lot of times. My
yeah, a
fault.
lot of
Almost all
time
the
they did. Yeah, almost all the time they're turnover prone, man. They're careless with the basketball and all that stuff. But I'm telling you, that's an indictment on Steve Nash. Steve
Mm-hmm.
Nash, through all the, he could try to question the team heart. Motherfucker, where your heart at?
Right.
You don't want to get none of them guys' faces. I don't know if you're trying to protect egos and all that. Oh, we so proud of Steve Nash. We so proud of Ben Simmons. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Should have been fired off for that.
Facts. They should have
Oh,
fired him.
we proud of Ben Simmons. For what? You know
Man,
his mental hurdle dribbling the basketball? Oh, but he ain't got no mental hurdle when he's in the club trying to pour some ace of spades in some girl mouth, and then hopefully he could dunk his ball in her hole later on that night. Yeah, because that kind of ticket is only worth the price of admission in his court.
Right.
man. If I was Steve Nash, man, with Ben Simmons, man, I mean, I get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was just coming back and he's starting to play now. But I would bench this motherfucker because he's not trying to at least score for my team, man. And I get it. You see how you get one side you get KD and Kyrie offensive threats, but then on the other end you get a guy like Ben Simmons who is a non-factor on the deep on the offensive end. But at the same time, you get, you know what I'm saying? Like you might get a couple of good defensive plays off of him, but not anything too elite where, it's like it can transition into like, you know what I'm saying, elite defense. It just don't make no sense to me, man. How you see when Kyrie touches the ball, you got like five guys trying to double team him, but if it's Ben Simmons, this guy is wide open and he won't even shoot it, man. It's
It's just
sad, man.
it's
There's
sad and
reasons
wrong.
for that.
It's sad,
Okay,
yo.
so
He
there's a
won't even
question,
shoot
right?
it.
I'm gonna answer this question for things Ben Simmons, but nobody interested Ben Simmons. Would you trade for Ben Simmons?
Uh,
I'll trade Golden for some Simmons crunch before I trade this
The LB, you kind of going in and out a little bit.
Yeah. I'm also outside walking too, so yeah,
Hey,
you're
can
kind of
y'all
going
hear
in and
me?
out. Yeah,
What about now?
Y-
yeah.
Yeah, we can hear. Yep, we can hear you. Good. Go ahead.
I said my question is who wants to trade for Ben Simmons? Hey,
Man, that's
so
a
let me ask you
man.
something. Let me ask you something.
That's a good
Divine
question.
Unity, right? What's the better trade? Golden Grams for some cinnamon toast crunch, or anybody for Ben Simmons?
Hey man, listen man, I'd rather get a box of cuckoo for cuckoo puffs, man. Fuck around with Ben Simmons, dog. Is this guy right here? He's not even hey man. I don't even think he'll stand a chance against Kellogg, the fucking Frosted Flakes guy that be playing sports and shit on the cereal box. Man, that motherfucker will probably beat him
They're
on a
great.
one-on-one. Man, yo, listen, man. Ben Simmons,
Right.
bro. I'm watching the game, bro. I'm highly frustrated because I want to jump through the screen, man, and punch this guy in the face. How the fuck are you supposed to be a basketball player, but you scared to fucking play the game?
Hmm.
That's unacceptable, man. You can't be
Hmm.
going out there like that. Fucking retire if you need to be, man. Because if your mind's not right, and you can't do something, why are you still putting yourself through that? Why are you
Crazy,
coming
huh?
out here? Because the
Crazy.
money's good. You know what I'm saying? The money's good. That's why they still collecting the check. Those all these fucking guys, the Kawhis, the fucking Ben Simmons, they're frauds, man. These guys are fucking scammers.
The Nets need a playmaker off the bench. Brooklyn, they lack playmaking off the bench, man.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
lack
Yup.
playmakers
I
outside
agree
of
with that.
KD and Kyrie.
Hey, but look though, they had playmakers. They had playmakers. They had a guy like Clarence Levert. What did they do? They got rid of him for a nigga with titties. You know what I'm saying? They got
Uh-huh.
rid of him for a nigga with
Yeah,
titties who
titties
didn't
over
even stay on
titles,
the
bro.
team.
Titties
Who
over
didn't
titles, man. You know what I'm saying? I got these honey buns for you, baby.
man,
And also,
shit, man. That
Katie's
shit.
sneakers are too big too. And also, Katie needs to start wearing a size 18. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's just sad, man.
I'm sorry. Also, Katie wore size 18 too. And also, another thing that killed the Nets too, they had no rim protection other than Claxton, you know?
And
What's up, Production Breeze?
they,
Long time no see.
they had that. They had that. They got rid of him, Jared Allen. Like I said, they got rid. They took away that whole all those important pieces that the Nets had from that trade that they did with my Celtics for Paul Pierce and KG. They traded
Hmm.
all of those guys away. All
And
of those
Jason Terry
picks.
too. And Jason Terry was in the trade
And
too.
Jason Terry. They traded all of those guys just so they could have a third superstar in that team to stack the deck and end up with a fucking losing record and getting man, come
They
man, the
actually
shit's sad.
Brooklyn actually won 44 games in 2014 that year. They got smoked, no pun
It don't
intended, by
matter.
the
It
Heat.
don't matter. It still resulted. Did they win the chip? Did they
No, they
win the
didn't
chip?
win, but I'm telling you that they didn't win the title, but you said they had a losing record. I'm telling you, they won 44 games. I know they didn't
Man, I
go
don't give a
far.
fuck about those 44 games, man. Those 44 games don't mean shit if they didn't win the chip at the end of the day. Because all they did was stack the deck just to fucking lose.
Right?
They would
Fuck
trade a
those
box of
44
meat pies for
wins.
Ben Simmons. Boy, y'all crazy. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Steve Nash, he had to get up out of there, man. Straight up, man. He had to be up out of there, man. Because this starting to be a clown show, man. You got the owner calling out the damn one of his players. You couldn't do that shit behind the scenes. You had to out this man on Twitter.
Hmm.
Joseph Tsai, you had to out this man on Twitter. One of your players you had to out on Twitter. No, you couldn't sit down. You mean to tell me you couldn't sit down with this guy behind the scenes and all that? This shit was crazy, man. I mean, Brooklyn, this team
Hmm.
sucked. 2-5. Mm-mm-mm.
and they barely got past the Pacers. The 2 wins, they barely won. They almost blew a double-digit lead to the Raptors and nearly blew a 24-point lead to the Pacers. They barely got out of that game.
Who you think Ime Udoka gonna smash first once he get over there? Cause you know he coming for him.
I don't know. Hey, once he win games, I don't give a fuck who the fuck. Shit.
You know he coming for him, man.
The day, man, at the end of the day, man, you look. I'm not gonna and look. If people want to get all high and mighty because he out here getting some pussy and all that, then you know my priorities in the wrong place. I mean, let's think about it. Let's keep this 100, right? He didn't, he didn't, he didn't sexually assault anybody. He wasn't out here taking the booty like some goddamn pirate, right?
Facts.
I'll
But
Thank you,
give
you
man.
know, look. So I don't know what the big old fucking uproar is about. You got 2 willing and able participants in the game of love, right? One, look, it's just simple mathematics. One opened their legs, the other one got in it, right? And both enjoyed it. So I don't see what's the fucking problem?
Man, it's only a
I don't see what
problem,
the
man, because
fucking
they got
problem
it.
is.
Because it got put out there, man. Somebody snitched. You know what I'm saying? They had to address it. But if you really look at it, man, they still haven't said shit about that dude over there. The Suns owner, Robert Sword. They still ain't say shit about him. They just
Hey,
they
look,
just use that
it's
email.
called genetic
They
immunity from law.
yeah,
It's called
they use
genetic
that.
immunity from law. Now, now I'm waiting on
Yeah,
that bitch run her fucking mouth so I really dig in ass. No pun intended. You know what I'm saying? Wait for Angela to run her mouth about Ime Udoka, right? She had a whole lot of shit to say, right? The woman who was a willing and able participant, but she didn't want her name out there. What?
hey, I'm listening, LB. I'm just on mute, all right?
No, you good, bro. She didn't want the girl who was a willing and able participant in WWE tongue wrestling. Oh no, she didn't want her name out there. That was okay. But Ime Udoka's name getting dragged through the mud. Oh yeah, it's perfect. Nah, motherfucker, ain't like that shit not going down like that. Now I dare her to run her mouth about that. I dare her to run her mouth. I double dog dare her to run her mouth about that. But that's for another video. Uh, Gideon, are you still there? What about you, Divine Unity?
I'm here. I'm here. I'm just walking in the office real quick.
No, Gideon went back to
I'm
bed.
with you. Yeah, I'm
But
with
yeah,
you, fam.
man.
I'm here.
So yeah, man. So
About
to
to
put
get
a
up out of
buck
here.
on this, hey, this is a good hire, don't you think?
Yeah, hell yeah, definitely, man. It's a good high. It's a win for them, but it still might end up being a loss because if they end up losing both Kyrie and KD, like you know what I'm saying, in the end, uh, and if they don't win a ring out of it, then yeah, it'll be a failure. But for now, it's a good pickup.
Right. So yeah, man,
You
win
know.
on the Brooklyn Nets, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to see them. I want to see how they handle this from here on out. Now,
Yeah,
if you're not a
yeah.
subscriber to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, the like button, share these videos on your social media platforms. Shouts out to the Lions Den basketball community. And I appreciate Gideon for coming on. I appreciate you for coming on, Divine Unity, and I catch y'all in another video. This your man. Scream at me. Oh!
All right.